as a criminal who is going to be executed next month, but was taken from the prison to the crime scene by the police. Just because the killer's modus operandi is very similar to mine. Need my help to solve the case? I looked around. Have the police turn off the heat. As the temperature dropped, a line of words suddenly appeared on the neck of the corpse. Mu Ying, can you find me before I'm executed? Everyone looked at me proudly, because Mu Ying is my name. November 13th, 2046. I was arrested by Officer Chen Liang. The court sentenced him to death on December 31st. I'm the completely perverted murderer that Z Ran talks about. But I got sick of it. I deliberately released clues for Chen Liang to help me arrest him. Chen Liang hates me to the core. It was planted in my hands. If not for the SC, when they arrested me, he would have shot me right there. This era, AI technology has taken over the policing of entire cities. Small cases can be solved directly by AI. But AI is not human after all, can't score accurately an analysis of human emotions and killing motives. Therefore, AI can only process that case, submit more cases to previous cases. It turns out that only one murderer is me. The reason why Chen Liang came to me to wash his hands, what the AI system means. The body was stolen and hung in the middle of the living room. The killer inserted a very thin hose into his blood vessel. Let him watch his blood run away. And finally, the killer plugged the chip directly into his brain. Put his mind in front of the murderer. The Prime Minister will even leave an eye on purpose. Then the victims watch together. It's an excruciating experience for the victim. It really does look like my arm. But I didn't think that was that brilliant. Until I saw that line. And that's when I started to get really interesting. I was caught again in the history of the gods. Princess, you're accomplice. You have to do it twice. Chen Liang glared at me and said, I teased Chen Liang. In case I am sentenced to death. Will you be reconciled? The person threw it after 2 doors. Finally, squint your eyes. It doesn't hide its hatred for me at all. Of course I wish I were dead right away. But what be? It's pointless for me to risk death. All kinds of planners are also ineffective to me. I was thrown into the guard again for the most severe prison. However, one day later, Chen Liang came to me with a slutty face again. He's doing it again. After speaking, the police officer handed me the field evidence in the bag. It's a piece of paper. It says, Mu Ying, your time is running out. Strange. In this era, writing on paper is an extremely rare practice. I'm completely intrigued by this murderer. And I looked down at this piece of paper, asked directly, can you see the fingerprints? No fingerprints were found at the scene. I took the evidence and took the piece of paper out of it. Close your eyes and feel the texture of the paper with your hands. Then put the paper with me. Usually put it under the light and diverge. Ah, the murderer used one. I came to a conclusion. The reason for reaching this conclusion, it's because the strokes of writing are so gentle. There will be a difference in strength, but it's always been directly connected to the cranial nerves. Therefore, it will be the most slowly draw brush strokes on paper. So the paper doesn't have any concave texture. Chen Liang ordered you with a strange and serious manner. The current top in the country, a company that can do brain surgery. Investigate. Yeah, that's not too bad. Chen Liang took me again to the second crime scene. This time there is more sewage than yesterday, in the abandoned subway in the former city. It is said that the robot detected human blood early in the morning. The reaction of the liquid tells that someone has been killed here. There were 10 victims this time, and was given special movements by the murderer. On the wall of the subway passage, a man stood nailed to the wall, a hand nailed to the whip, holding an unknown object in one hand. The remaining 9 knelt down and gave in. Get up on the ground like an animal. These people are ordinary workers. Because I was targeted by sadness since I was a child. Label of level job. So they spend their entire lives. There must be no chance to climb up. Doing some of the lowest class jobs in society. Chen Liang walked up to me with a gloomy face and said, you really don't have a partner. You are so bright. If there really is another person's wisdom can match me, then we wouldn't be companions either. Must be the enemy. And when I said that, there is a boiling inside that has not been seen in many years. No need to touch my left chest. Feel the fierce jump of the heart after a long time. I am extremely disappointed in this AI-controlled society. I really long for someone who can escape the box of AI. Opposition to me, also true. AI, no matter how evolved and how smart, it's also something that originated from humans. Chen Liang doesn't want to continue this topic with me anymore. Then why did the murderer create a picture of worshipping him? Does it make any sense? My dad, no. I told Chen Liang. This is a picture of the Korea shepherds. But Lucy, the military goats were eating the white man's fodder. The picture of being slaughtered by white people at the end. Speaking of which, I can't help but admire this hateful killing scene. It's like a very sad society. As I said, Chen Liang uses total projection, looking up information on this painting. This is an old painting. Yeah, my dad. Mom is also a beard. What about after AI takes over the human social order system? There was no creative work of art. I remember the Olympic tune that was cut off yesterday. People represent sacrifice. Shepherds represent slaughter. The trilogy of the philosophers. Extravagant sacrifice, dark pattern, and the trap of the final pilgrimage. Just when I thought about it, Chen Liang suddenly turned his head and told me hello. The company of the ruins has arrived. 3 sons. The list was sent to my brand new device. They are all domestic head manufacturers. I checked the list of purchasers. If the murderer is disabled, and yet perform a surgery so perfectly, then he was, at least 2 years ago. We've already caught a group. This list is in a pervasive era. I can't fake it anymore. But as I expected, can't find any useful information. I gently tap the tips of my fingers with my index finger. This is what I do when I'm thinking. Chen Liang was strong and lived immediately. If you don't want to check, I can send you back to prison. I laughed and hummed. If you dare to be a wild umbrella for Bai Systems, you can drop me off. Chen Liang was enslaved by me. He pulled out his gun and pointed it at me. Why do you think I dare not? The current AI system can't be only one. Home court. What does he do, in my opinion? It's nothing more than incompetent intrusion. If he could shoot me in the head right now, maybe he can still earn my respect. I went back to jail. I'm going through a trilogy of philosophy. To validate my judgment, let the AI quickly inquire within a week. What kind of large-scale events will be held? Soon, AI told me. Participation and transportation for the next 3 events. Over 10,000. One is the launch of the spring fashion of the high-end brand. A concert of a popular virtual idol. And the last one is Blade's launch. Blade is one of the top puzzle companies. This time, their press conference will release their new products. Magic Song. Users use this one when touching another object. Brain nerves that send touchback. With the real human body, there is no difference. But at the same time, they can transform their palms or fingers into any form. Scissors, kitchen knife, nail clippers, he hits. If this magic transplant really does turn the blood sac, the human body may also be eliminated. The spirit has been controlled by love. The flesh was also kicked by the steel. The traces left by humans on this earth. What else? The speech of the golden-faced director unique to the whole department. I saw the name of the vice president again. Li Yijing. My name is Lei Chen Liang, tell him. At the new product launch of Blade Company, there will be a massive terrorist attack. Well, Chen Liang is patrolling according to his head. There was no unexpected busy. Is a lunatic. But he's still here. The conference site in a week is not empty. I stood by Chen Liang's side. A luxury car drove out of the stadium. An expensive boss gets out of the car. Greeting the crowd, Li Qingyun teased my master as he came down the mountain. He is one of the hosts today. Follow the main station and get off on Lizhu Road. Lin Zulu is wearing a dark red evening dress, wearing a simple everyday diamond necklace around his neck. Of course I am. Tell Chen Liang. I want to go in to... Chen Liang Cho is crazy. Have you forgotten that you are now a death row inmate? If you can come out, you are a machine. Do you still want to enter the venue? I'm cowardly. Humph, I'm telling you now, right? I already have an alleged offender. I need a closer look. To reach the final love. Speak. I clicked on the collar I was wearing around my neck. Hey, I have this. Are you still afraid that I will run away? Chen Liang and I are security guards. Entered the synagogue. Li Jingyi spoke impassively on stage. I walked slowly from the side to the stage. Li Jingyi saw me come up, with a confused expression. Well, I looked at Lin Zulu under the stage. Lin Zulu's expression was stained, tapping his own bottom line with his index finger. He deserves to stand up and say, "This gentleman, I want to go on stage. Try your magic plague master for yourself. But your limbs are sound. Not quite like someone who needs it." I went to the center of the stage and picked up the microphone and said, "And me. Expect a native arm to be installed with your will. Can you accept it?" This gentleman was joking. Of course, his will is not as good as his original arm. Li Jingji's eyes began to panic, looking for the security guards under the stage everywhere. I boldly exclaimed, and pulled a gun out of his pocket. Aimed at Li Jing. The scene instantly entered a state of fear of heights. They are even more mature. Touch your hand around your waist. It was originally packed in the bag and it was really empty. Electricians are rockets. You just shoot one by one. The bullet sank into his arm in an instant. A small amount of embroidery technology comes Understand out. As the magnitude of the pain. The audience also fell into panic. I keep fighting. Hey, sorry. Both arms are random guesses. No luck. Saying that, I immediately said we had a shot. As I expected. The bullet immediately ejected and flew away. This night, let Chen Liangcheng, who originally held me on stage, be serious. According to the data, Mr. Li Qiang's arm has never been injured. How did I know? Then it was when I saw Li Jing. When it comes to this name, another name raced through my mind. Li Jing. This name exists in the nearly two that Emperor Chen Liangdi gave me. The name of a person who has never had an operation in a year. Attractive names at the same time. How can I not be careful? Check the details behind this person. Li Jing is also a dual citizen. The surgery was performed abroad. The name of the season abroad is Penny. And in the end, the list that arrived in China was changed to Li Jing. Chen Liang came up and caught Li Jing. Gray beheading turned up on him. He did want to take the people in the venue with him. All the answers seemed tense. Touched the hair. The person who picked the fresh one for me is Li Jingyi. When Li Jingyi was caught, I stared at him. He looked up and gave me a smile. Oh, I'm a little surprised. However, the next second, Chen Liang received the latest news. Last year's idol concert and high video. Huge explosions took place at the scene of the press conference. The preliminary death toll is as high as 7,000. Li Jingji has no regrets for his crimes. Bluntly, he's always been interested in my His IQ has always been highly enhanced by it. What about me? People who are rated as top IQ by an eye. So he wanted to fight me before I died. Police Li sent a request to meet me, and I have no personal freedom. He was taken by Chen Liang to see Police Li. Police Li gave me a victorious smile. I didn't expect Ming. I beat you. Ha ha ha, even if you guessed it. So what if I blow these people up? Wherever you go, guard against me. I am the final winner. Oh, that got my attention. I tapped my index finger against the wall. Looking back at what Li Jingyi just said, I asked the scientist Saber. Do you like his books?
Oh, what?
Li Jingyi doesn't know why. The moment he made this expression, my heart is beating again. Exposed to the smile of the god, I didn't notice myself. A second before Ryama left the interrogation, and I turned around and I said, "You sue to say that you are not afraid of being laughed at. I found this one. What about him directly? Not my copycat, just an executor. There is another person behind him." Cool down, trapped in the anxiety of 2 bandaging cases. And some hysterical people asked me why. Why are you so sure? Li Jingyi, I haven't read Sapper's philosophical trilogy. Then he doesn't understand the sacrificial meaning of the pilgrimage. Chen Liang finished listening to my narration, looking at me with red eyes and swearing. What do you dislike? A lot of you crazy people died, you know? I can't see Chen Liang's hysteria at the moment. Showed a cold expression to him. I got out of prison because AI has given me privilege. I drove to the doorstep of a wealthy neighborhood. The surveillance here scanned my license plate. Gave up immediately. I directly followed the navigation provided by the AI. Came to one of the villas. Get out of the car and close the door. Beijing Shangtong achieved in one go. As a result, I calculated that there are super-level security systems, but under the highest AI special group for robbing houses also looks like an animal. The lights in this house were off. I can clearly hear the footsteps of high heels. Slowly down the stairs. I carry a gun. Raise your head and stare at the person above. AI system forced the house to open. The eggs are flickering in the night sky. It should be on his face. Seems literate. Zulu Lin. I called his name word for word. He smiled. With a smile, he said, "Wood Shadow." He didn't seem surprised by my arrival. You really didn't let me down. By this time he had come down the stairs. Face to face with me, face full of heart. The mind has been controlled by AI. The body will also be replaced by steel. After that, there were traces of human existence on Earth. What's left? Lin Zulu once again revealed the inferiority of God and watch little magic. When I saw magic released all the time. You must think so too. Yeah, I don't want to hide anything. So what is this final pilgrimage about? Li Zulu's index finger gently taps the tip of her nose. Then he smiled and said to me, "Sacrifice to the beginning of the end of mankind." Ha ha ha, oops, how ironic. You developed this one, but you have to tell people not to be so. Why? Because I'm not completely Lin Zulu. And you wooden shadow. You are not a complete wooden shadow either. Lin Zulu smiled at me and said, "I'm in no hurry." What are you saying? Forrest, Cheryl didn't give me anything to think about at all. They all made 2 moves. Throw one of them at me. And I catch it, and I look at him quizzically. He took another knife and pointed it at me. Come on, Wood Shadow. Win me and I'll tell you. I put my gun down, said happily. Okay, Zhu Lin picked up the competition directly into my chest. His skills are really impressive. But when it comes to do, he is like a person. And that person would be me. I was taken aback for a moment by an idea of my own. Finally tested again. It was Li Zulu's move. Every attack and evasion is the same as my way. Then you want to be gentle once. After the 2 sides became a few mixes, I finally strangled Lin Zuluo's neck. I wanted to cut his aorta with a knife, but I changed my routine. Lin Zuluo's cheating. There was a ding. This touches the blunt rod of the hard cloth. I was slightly shocked for a moment. I look at Lin Zulu in surprise. Lin Zulu is on the middle side of my front, smiled at me. Are you surprised? Different finish. He doesn't have a match. The opponent suddenly turned into a knife. Irritated my parents. The pain quickly spread through the wound. I let go of Lin Zuluo in pain. It hurts. Temporary Road stood up and patted the dust on his body. Walk slowly towards me. Shepard, if you use a gun, does it work much faster? He chuckled and said, Too bad I know you too well. You can't use a gun. You are such a conceited person. Will definitely accept my challenge personally. Blood loss, loneliness, things are starting to get a little blurry for me. I used up my last courage. Compare my hands, slide across his neck. But it's still that familiar weight. Bouncing the hand in my hand to the ground. The place where Lin Zuluo's neck was slit by me, exposed cold metal. No blood vessels, no skin. All kinds of images flashed through my mind in an instant. The words written on the corpse of the rich man. That defiant note. Attack like yourself. Do Korean. When Lin Zulu thinks, the inertial act of tapping the tip of a pen with your index finger. I just kind of burst out laughing. I see. Li Zulu's body is now fully integrated. The only one with vital signs. Only the brain in this body. But that brain is no longer Zulin's brain. It was my brain. I'm tired of this society. After dying, it's good to know that Lin Zulu integrates her whole body. Achieved true handwork. I remember being alone in this world. Lived for more than 30 years. If only there were two of me in this world. You must be able to read each other's lonely hearts. Then I won't be lonely anymore. So I gave Li Jingmin enough first. The temptation to help him kill police officer Li. The division rights of Blade Company were given to Li police officer. But Zhu Lin is dead. There must always be a new Lin Zhu to replace him. So I was absent. Li will definitely help me do the most perfect open surgery. Get rid of my brain. Put me in Zulin Road. A body carefully prepared by yourself. And my current brain. Just the one who gave birth to me. All the memory and IQ chips stuffed in against my previous body. According to the plan I thought before, let the cool arrest me. I look like I am one with Lin Zulu. I suddenly feel like crying. All the parts of my boat have been replaced. Is it still the previous one? Lin Zulu's eyes revealed again. Lonely look. I feel my vital signs slipping away. In such a society, people who are born are fooled. Everyone only cares about their own business. The person who communicates with himself the most is AI. Our collective consciousness is spreading. Leave because of AI. Where is the standard answer already? But is the standard answer necessarily the best result? Humanity had experienced disappointment. Will gradually grow. Gradually become stronger. Gradually creating momentum is still good for the world, isn't it? I shouldn't be thinking about this right now. I'm about to close my eyes slowly. Heard a gunshot. Lin Zulu's body suddenly fell next to me. There's a stall on the back of his head. Queen's sister. I saw the figure of Chen Yao standing at the door. He was shaking all over with his gun on his back. Orbital pain. He slowly walked towards me and Lin Zulu. Trial designation without AI can't kill the target. This is Chen Liang's autonomous behavior. A smile arose from the corner of my mouth with difficulty. Pleasure again. Sad again. Finally, I slowly closed my eyes.